Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Supernatural, Season 11, Episode 15, Beyond the Mat. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Nicole.
Kim is just trying not to lose her fucking mind right now.
Why? And also joining us is Dom.
We lost her. Hi.
Hi.
My name is not Gus.
No, your name's not Gus. The sound effects you're being treated to is our other co-host, Kim. What part was it? Me renaming my wife Gus, my multiple failures, or me cursing like Harry from Home Alone?
All of the above.
Okay. Good. We're having a lovely night.
We are.
I can breathe.
Crap, that we really broke her.
Literally.
Okay.
Okay, so this episode of Supernatural, now that we're on topic, I hope. What did you guys think of it?
This episode was great.
This episode was great.
It was hilarious.
It brought back that supernatural comedy I've been missing since, like, season 1 or 2.
Not only that, Sam and Dean didn't push through with the plot, but Lucifer, Cass, and Crowley did.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So, it wasn't a full filler episode like we were expecting.
Yeah, which is crazy because last week gave every impression that this was going to be a full-on filler episode.
Mm-hmm.
But,
It started off seeming like it was going to, so like, oh, let's go take a break, and we know how the breaks go, but...
See, I really don't like the term filler.
I
It has
don't.
not applied at all this
no,
season.
you know what, you're right, and
It's
this is us...
side plot.
Season.
It's a side plot episode.
This is us going on, because this is our third season covering the show for this podcast.
Chrissy termed the coined the term filler episode.
Yeah, you know what,
Because they really were when she was on.
Right.
they really were, yeah.
And so, we kind of have to take it forward because it's already been, categorized. These episodes that aren't full plot. But they've really turned it around for this season. And I think it's because of how much complaints and bad reviews they got the last couple of years.
Yeah, I can 100% say that this season is above and beyond better than last season.
Oh, yeah.
Just in
definitely.
overall, episode, writing quality, production quality, effects, everything just seems to...
From the Leviathans until, the season before this, the show is really kind of dwindled down. And then this season has just picked up phenomenal, right where season 6 left off.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but the beginning of last season had so much promise, so much potential, and they just snuffed that out within 3 episodes. And I know Mike is gonna have his little fit about it. Shut the hell up. We're talking about this episode right now. Okay? I just brought that in just for some kind of comparison. Okay?
She then why'd you... She knows that
No,
I
shut
hate
up.
the beginning of last
Oh,
season.
damn!
I hate the beginning of last season.
She's
Fucking hate it.
spicy tonight.
I know.
What I'm saying, yes, I'm completely agreeing that this whole season so far has done so much better than the last 3, at least.
Mm-hmm.
It started with the Leviathans. That was, season 7?
Leviathans was 7.
Yeah, so it's been actually a while.
Yeah, but...
So...
going into each successive season, they had promise. Season 8, Dean's stuck in purgatory. Okay, that's interesting. How the hell are they going to play that one out? Then the beginning of season 9, all the angels just fell from the fucking sky.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
I feel like we went over this last side plot episode.
No, we didn't. I don't think so.
We didn't
anyway.
go through all of the things.
And then last season, the big one, which
that's why I told him to shut up.
The only thing I'll mention.
This was gonna happen.
Dean turns into a demon, and I'm done now. But this season they have not squandered their beginning, I guess you could say.
No,
they killed off Dean Demon fairly quickly.
Yes, and that's the part that pisses me off.
That's the issue.
So
but this season,
anyway,
none of that.
This episode.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
I really wish the two of you would just stop. Let me talk. Sam and Dean go to the funeral of their dad's favorite wrestler, who apparently, this was a nice little bit of backstory, their dad used to take them to wrestling when they were kids.
Wow.
You don't remember seeing flashbacks in like season 3 of Dean watching wrestling on TV when they were in the motel room?
I remember him watching wrestling on TV. I don't remember him ever going to a live event.
Yeah, no, they didn't. But
they're not going to flesh out their whole backstory with their dad. The stuff that they needed to, focus on is what they did. There was a little bit of fluff here and there, but now their dad's dead, so it's not really going to be drudged back up. This was a nice kind of almost throwback to the way things were, and to see Dean like a little kid in the front row, hoping and just like sitting there with holding his heart, like, yes, he's gonna say something to me, and then guy walks by and he's just like, like, maybe next time.
Little side note for the funeral home. I don't know, Kim. I talked to Nikki about this. I don't know, Kim, if you recognized it, but the funeral home was the same funeral home from iZombie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
same set.
Yeah, it is.
The exact same set, had the rose windows right by the door. Like, it was the same one. And I had mentioned last week. Yeah, I had mentioned last week that one of the characters was carrying over from iZombie. Well, not carrying over, but coming over from iZombie. So
one of the actors they were reusing.
Yeah.
The main wrestler.
Now I want to go back into both those episodes and look at the background, see if they even reuse the same extras.
It's possible. It's the CW. I mean,
it's like, that's a wrap. iZombie's done filming. Set up for Supernatural. Let's go. Quick. We have a time limit.
I mean, it's a really family close-knit network. I'm sure they do that stuff all the time because they all enjoy. I'm going to say all in quotation marks because there's going to be people who don't enjoy working there. That's just the way the world turns. But they're just an awesome company, and I would work for them if I had any of that kind of talent.
Yeah, you just got to look at the logistics of it. Most of their shows are filmed in Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Yeah, and soundstage space is at a premium on a lot, especially if the studio lot's not going to be expanding anytime soon. So reuse sets among shows. Just set designers are really good at what they do for the most part. So they could take the same set. I mean, look at how many times they change the same hotel room setup for Sam and Dean's seedy little hotels that they stay in.
Oh my god.
They've done 100 of them by now. And they're always different. So, yeah.
The room setup is kind of the same, but they change out the beds and the bedding and
the thing that they always changed out was, there's the door to enter the hotel, and then there's that screen. It's like a useless privacy screen, but they always change the panel on the top of it just to be a little bit different, but it's the same set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, they don't have to do that anymore because they have the bunker, so.
Yeah, they have the bunker now.
Yeah.
That's where they stay.
Yeah.
For the most part. But
we still get a couple of episodes where the hotels still.
Mm-hmm. So Sam and Dean's fun turns immediately into work when they realize that every previous stop, and this stop included, that this wrestling group has toured on, someone related to the troupe has died. Or just someone has died in general. I mean, at the beginning it was the Hangman, who was John Winchester's favorite wrestler. And then it was, the guy, the very overly talkative guy who was sitting behind them.
Yeah.
But, someone's cursed.
Well, no one was cursed.
No, but that was the original
thought.
I guess.
Yeah, that was. Well, that's what the leading lady said it was. It was a curse.
I was convinced it was her.
Yeah, I kind of was too at the beginning. I love that, You didn't have a poster of me above your bed, did you? No. Dude,
What's her name? Rio, I think it was.
Rio, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, did you tell her you had a poster of her above your bed? Well played.
Well played.
I knew something was up with the what seemed to be like a drug dealer. See, I caught up on that right away. Was that dude?
Yeah,
I just figured he was another wrestler.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was another wrestler, and with that shady drug deal looking kind of thing that went on. Like, I mean, the only thing that hit my mind was steroids, or something, or
The Miz, actual WWF wrestler, The Miz. He played Sean Harley, I think it was.
Harley.
Yeah, he called him out. He said he's on the juice, which
yeah,
that's steroids. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but he wasn't on the juice. The dude making the deal, doing the drug deal, was actually a demon.
Now, we didn't get his actual demon name, just the name that he was being called, which was Duke.
Duke, yes.
Yeah, and he's obviously a Crossroads demon, though he's not being a Crossroads.
I don't know if he's necessarily Crossroads, because Crossroads takes place in a crossroad.
Crossroads. But I mean, he was doing the Crossroads demon...
like deal kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if...
That was more explained with the fact that with Lucifer coming in and Crowley's regime, basically ending, that the demons are kind of going free-for-all.
Right.
Yeah,
so it just seemed like a regular demon just deciding to make deals.
Well,
or he could have been a Crossroads demon,
or,
not doing the Crossroads road. He could have decided to do his own thing.
And that's what he did. The deal was made 10 years ago. Gunnar Lawless made the deal just to hold the title belt for a week. Great, really worth selling your soul over. But, this demon realized this guy's term was up and came in and was like, hey, you can either be Hellhound Chow or you can help me collect more souls. So this demon wasn't necessarily the one who had originally made the deal 10 years ago.
Maybe.
Probably, like he did say, I'm doing this for myself. I'm building a little nest egg.
True. Maybe not necessarily that he was the original demon.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta remember, you said that whole not a reason to sell your soul over. You gotta remember what comes with the belt: money, fame, chicks.
It's not exactly the WWE or anything. It's kind of like it's not backyard either, but it's kind of like a side thing. They're not going to make a whole lot of money.
It's the independent circuit, and I've actually worked in the independent circuit, so I know quite a bit about it. And they make more money than you think they do, because you look at the tickets. The tickets go for anywhere between $15 for like the worst seats in the house to $30 to $60 for even front row seats. And you think $60 for independent whatever is ridiculous. One of my friends, well, two of my friends are brothers. They're still in the independent circuit back from when I used to train with them. And I just looked up tickets because I was like, I'm gonna go see them sometime. Just looked up tickets, and front row for every event announced right now is sold out.
Jeez.
It's absurd. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I trained just as much the wrestling as they did. I learned everything that they learned, but I wanted to be a referee because I didn't want to take those hard falls every night and get these, injuries that you see sustained over. Because this was right around the time that Chris Benoit had gone, nuts, and there was the triple murder suicide thing with his wife, kids, and himself, and things were crazy. And it's like all the concussions and everything that he sustained from jumping off the top rope and headbutting his opponent and missing and hitting the mat and stuff like that, which was all scripted and planned, but he still had to take the bumps.
Right.
They said his brain ended up looking like a 70-year-old Alzheimer's patient at like 23 or 20 or 30, whatever he was. So it was absolutely insane. So I was like, I don't want to actually take the bumps. Like, I'll learn them, whatever, but I'd rather be a referee, be in the thing. And I made $200 a night.
Oh, all right.
So
that's not bad.
They're making money.
I should ask our friend Alex, he's been wrestling in an independent circuit lately in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yeah.
$200 a night as a referee that's not really taking bumps. It's not too bad.
Yeah, and these guys, they said we're making $25 a night in this episode.
But I mean, I think the point is that for a week to sell your soul for a belt in the independent circuit is a little bit, it just doesn't really add up at all.
Yeah, I got you.
He had, because he was saying it was his glory days, so I guess that's probably, they were probably bigger at the time. So right now they were going through crap. So
that's true.
At that time they were all, higher.
They were probably way more esteemed then.
They're probably making a lot more money at the time when he sold his soul than when.
Yeah, well, because I remember the clips that Dean used to watch. If it's the same promotion, I obviously I didn't go back to check, but if it's the same promotion, they were about the size of like a WWF style match.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Yeah. I know he used to watch wrestling. I don't remember how crazy it was though. What he watched.
Because they didn't, fluff that up for you.
No, they didn't fluff it up.
Yeah. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, the reason why he sold his soul. Never is it a good idea, but...
Well, no.
Never is it a good idea to sell your soul. But his reasonings probably look grim now. They probably weren't so grim at the time.
Yeah. So, let's go on to the other part of this episode. At what was affectionately referred to as the B-plot. Basically Lucifer and his shenanigans in hell. He's, I swear he was going to break into song and dance the first time we saw him. Like,
he did seem very...
He did seem very, jaunty and dancing.
Hold on, but before we get to that, we're not going to even discuss the Hellhounds? Like, am I the only one that was upset that, like, Sam and Dean didn't try anything to stop the Hellhounds? Whenever it's Sam or Dean in trouble, they'll fucking drop everything under the sun to help each other. But they're just like, oh, Hellhounds? We've killed those before, but we'll just let this guy die, and that'll be the end of it.
You know what?
I don't know if it was them letting him die. It was that he said himself that he wasn't a great guy, not even from the very beginning. And it kind of seemed like he wanted his due.
Yeah, like he accepted his fate and didn't want to fight it.
Exactly. And so, he'd already gone over his deal, right? Is that what we were talking about? Like, he was carrying on
he was
living.
past his 10 years.
He was past. So, I mean, he was just accepting his death at that point.
What happened to the motto of the show? What's the famous lines of the show?
Saving people, hunting things, the family business.
Yeah, what happened to the saving people?
You know what happens to people who save people who don't want to be saved? They get sued. That's what happens nowadays.
All right,
this is
hold on. Let's. She's right, but let's just stop right here.
No, right here.
Your Honor. I'm suing this man for saving my life from a bunch of invisible hellhounds because they were coming to take my soul to hell. In any serious court,
for money, anybody will try anything. Okay?
I mean, I get that they didn't have, something to, because to see hellhounds, you have to have an item that was burned with holy fire or something like that.
You need those crazy glasses Sam was using, or
they were scorched with holy fire.
Yeah, scorched with holy fire. You need to be a demon, or you need to be the one the hound is actually coming after.
And then there's, I know that they're defeatable with an angel blade. We've seen that before.
I believe the demon knife that they still use from time to time.
That's the one they used to tear open, the one Sam tore open to bathe in the blood.
Yeah. So the demon knife will work. Basically anything that'll kill a demon will kill a hellhound, it seems.
The cult that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Yes.
Cult that's stuck in the time loop.
Yeah. So, I mean, they could have. But they didn't want to.
They have plenty of armaments by now that could have. I mean, they probably have a whole wall collection of angel blades from all the dead angels.
Like I said, I think more at this point it was what he was choosing. I think he chose to end it at that point, and so they said fine and walked away.
He chose to, accept the consequences of his decision.
His karma was up. His comeuppance. It was time for his comeuppance.
Right.
Okay. What word is that? Comeuppance?
Comeuppance. Kabumbum.
You're fucking me up.
Somebody cut her Achilles heel.
I'm done. I'm good. Moving right along.
I want to tune into wrestling on Monday and see if the Miz is still wrestling after having After having his Achilles heel cut.
Right.
You tune right on in. So
why couldn't they have gotten The Rock?
Costs too much.
That's way too high profile for this show.
That's too much.
I think The Rock costs this show's yearly budget.
The Rock would do it just for fun. Come on, are you fucking kidding me?
He is a goofball.
He is a giant goofball. He'd probably be like, yeah, I'll do it on one condition, for free, as long as I can be the biggest, goofiest jackass on set.
He would fit right in with Jensen, Jared, and Misha. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm surprised of their pick though for the Miz, because like, granted, I'm not big into wrestling anymore. I haven't watched in a really long time. I watch WrestleMania every year, but like, I know of the Miz, I know of him, but
I've never
think he's that popular.
I've never heard of him until now.
The only reason I know who he is, like now, I stopped watching wrestling a while ago, but I was stalking movies at work, and there's a movie with him in it, some Christmas thing with an elf or some shit.
All right.
Okay.
So on to Lucifer and the musical number that could have been.
Are you kidding? It was musical even without singing.
I know. All the demons are busy bouncing around, and he's just like, oh, yes, perfect. Yay. Oh, great. Find me another hand of God. Like, it'll make me happy. You want to make me happy, right? Meanwhile, Crowley's in the corner cleaning the floor with a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Or his tongue.
Well,
it evolved to his tongue.
It evolved to his tongue, yes. Use your tongue. And then, I was kind of suspicious when the demon, when they sprung him, basically. Like, let him go, that whole plan. I was just very suspicious, and obviously rightly so, because Crowley escapes. She gives I'm so sorry I don't remember her name, but she's dead now, so it really doesn't matter. Boosts his confidence, like, you're Crowley. The devil should be scared of you. And then, like, he kills the two demons, like, how'd you do... I'm Crowley.
Simmons? That was
Simmons.
A guy.
Yeah.
There's a guy in a female meat suit.
Okay, Simmons, that works. So, Crowley escapes to get his one-up, his ace in the hole, which he figured it out just from overhearing all the stuff. He has a staff that belonged to Moses' brother that was given to him by God himself. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden it hits Crowley upside the head. Holy shit, I have one of these things. Like one of these hands of gods, one of these weapons needed to attack and possibly defeat the darkness, and I got one. Which is apparently something Lucifer probably figured, that he would have access to an artifact like that.
After being, quote-unquote, the king of hell for...
a number of years.
It was
so
the
long.
rod of Aaron?
The Rod of Aaron, yeah.
The Rod of Aaron, yes.
Oh, we lost B. But yeah, for being in charge of hell for as long as he did, and he was an avid collector of pretty much everything. He was bound to have something like that.
Tom's having fun.
I know. All I know is that he got really excited. He got all glowy, and then he was a one-shot wonder.
Which
blew his load all over Lucifer, but it actually hit, it actually hit, the girl for the other demon.
Simmons
first.
dove in front of it.
Yeah, she took one for the team, and then he poofed out of there because he felt, well,
Poofy.
probably
He blew his load.
Yeah, he got too excited and he thought he had more in him.
He thought he had more in him. It was a premature blowing of his load, and he had to just go back, recoup, smoke a cigarette, do something.
Oh.
But he came within inches of killing Lucifer, or seriously injuring Lucifer. Even though she absorbed the blast and he got knocked back, he still said, you made me bleed my own blood.
But even you
Fucking
can
Monty
make
Python references.
Yeah, no.
the devil could bleed his own blood. He could bleed it all, but he's
He
not
didn't
gonna
bleed his own
die.
blood. He bled Castiel's blood.
Well, he bled the vessel's blood,
Yes,
but
okay, but what I'm saying is that kind of wound is never gonna even come close to killing Lucifer.
no, not that wound.
If it hit him right on like it did his little demon friend, he would have been ashes.
Probably. And he did look worried. This is like concentrated power of God hitting him.
Mm-hmm.
And if it didn't kill him, it would have put him out of commission for a long-ass while.
Yep. I mean, he is walking in an angel suit, so, I mean, his healing is really, really good still.
He's in a vessel, an angel vessel, but he's still an archangel. He has access to, vast quantities of cosmic power.
Yes. I mean, that's why he's the one that can take out Amara.
Well, not as he stands right now.
No.
But, so, anyway, he was...
Jimmy Novak's blood.
Yeah. He was, we can assume, minorly injured by it. Enough to piss him off. And realize, you go through all of Season 5, the devil really didn't get injured, even by the fucking Colt. I mean, it knocked him out for a few seconds, but... So, yeah. That, Crowley almost had him. He almost retook the throne as King of Hell. But, unfortunately, he realized, and is now pretty much set it in stone, that these weapons, these hands of God, are one use.
Mm-hmm.
They bestow upon you, the power of creation for one use only.
Maybe one use in the wrong hands.
Yeah. Because, Delphine last episode used it to save the day and blast a hole in a German destroyer.
Why not just track down God?
They've been trying. Well, they haven't really been trying actively. But I think they just gave up on that.
God doesn't want to be found.
They have all this magic in the world, and they can't use anything to, find his location, find his whereabouts.
If he has infinite cosmic power, I think he will sense
He's not Robin Williams.
Well, okay. We could put it this way. God was more powerful, in this lore universe than Death, right? And we already know from, I believe it was the first episode of Season 7, that Death is capable of sensing the summoning rituals beforehand and all that shit, and just stopping them. Because he outright says, he goes, by the way, nice trick using this spell with, the crystallized lightning bolt or whatever that they had to use for it. He goes, it'll never work again. Basically, I've made the spell inert. It's not going to work again. So I'm going to assume that if they try using a locator spell on God, he can just be like, yeah, I'm on the moon, and meanwhile he's, on a beach in Jamaica.
Playing skee ball?
Yes, he's playing skee ball. He's in Asbury Park, New Jersey.
There we go. Why don't they at least toy with the idea of checking there first? That's the first place I would check.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah. They,
That's where everyone hides. New Jersey.
Hides in New Jersey. I mean, they've been centralized, centered in, the mid-central U.S., Midwest sort of area. I know their base is in Kansas. Or Oklahoma, or wherever the hell the bunker is. I forget. Is it Kansas? It's one of those central square states.
Because Oklahoma is square, okay?
No, it isn't square.
That's wait a minute.
Did you guys know that Florida is square?
That's not central. That is not central. Florida is southeast.
Texas is also square.
That's not central either. That's south.
Alaska is square.
It is south. It is south central. Central south. Central south.
Anyway, but they've been sticking to the Midwest. They haven't gone anywhere outside of that in many seasons.
I know exactly where the bunker is. It's on the border of Hannah, Montana, and South Dakota Fanning.
That sounds about right.
Thank you, Dom. But yeah, they haven't been to New York in a while, or Hollywood, or Florida, or any of those places. It's always, the middle of flat country.
Come to Connecticut.
Come to Connecticut. Have they ever even gone to Connecticut?
I think
Of
once.
course they have. They've been all over the country. The thing that they need to, expand their horizons and actually go to other places that have supernatural activity.
Basically,
they don't go, like, the whole thing is they're not doing, like, oh, let me go and hunt down urban legends anymore. They're like, let's stop this thing from destroying the world. So
I mean, there
that's
could
why
be a
they've
hand of
bunkered
God
down.
in Europe or something, and they could go get. There could be a hand of God in India or something. Go get it.
We just got to remember, they can go anywhere as long as it looks like, a 10-mile radius of Vancouver. Somewhere in there. As long as they're somewhere nearby Vancouver that they can make look like, it fits.
Yep.
You know what? The CW uses green screens and CGI all the freaking time on other shows. They can do it on Supernatural too.
They probably do it on Supernatural.
Well, they can do it even more so. They can put them in a desert.
They've never CGI'd anything into this show.
Oh, no, totally not. Never. God.
No way.
Not even God.
No.
Oh, obviously not.
God is a guy that his name is Chuck, right?
No,
I was gonna say it.
I can't wait. I hope that by
the.
I hope they reveal that it's Chuck, and I could just, we're all gonna stare at Dabb and just be like, now what?
We do know in an upcoming episode Chuck will be in the episode, so
yeah, we do
I'm certain we are going to find out one way or another really
that he's
soon.
God.
No.
We'll find out. No, this will be settled. And you know what? If you're right, I will accept it. I will sit back and
we'll throw you a party.
We will throw you a party. I will accept
And if
defeat.
you're wrong, we will throw you a party, even though you're wrong.
I win.
Except
I'm good with that.
We'll throw you a party, but we'll be the guests of honor.
And there will be banners saying Chuck is God everywhere. There'll be streamers and balloons.
This is a terrible party.
And we'll invite everybody, and half of them won't get it.
Day.
You don't get sick, remember? Anyway, before we go on anymore, just gonna briefly talk about next episode, because the synopsis is 6 words. The next episode is called Safe House, and they're taking a break. It's not until Wednesday, March 23rd.
Okay.
So, what is that, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
It's a fair amount of weeks.
It's a fair amount of weeks. 4 weeks. So, here's the 6-word synopsis. Amara finalizes her plans for the world. Amara finalizes her plans for the world. Okay, 7 words.
I'm pretty sure there
has
a lot more to do. Okay, I'm going to go off the title. Okay. Safe House. Crowley is in a safe place, his safe house, because Lucifer is trying to track him down. That is that adds to the synopsis. That's just my guess.
Obviously trying to track him down.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or the bunker isn't quite as safe as we thought it was.
I would imagine that of all the creatures in existence, to be able to get past the bunker's warding, Amara would have no problem.
I just had an idea. What if the opening scene of the next episode is Crowley walking out of Sam and Dean's shower in a towel at the bunker, singing some sort of tune like he's safe?
Humming some sort of, catchy, humming Disney music.
Sure.
So, Jungle Book, I wanna be like you.
Nah, humming Be Our Guest.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yep.
So, that's that. We have to wait close to a month.
So we're on episode 15 right now. Episode 20 is when Rob Benedict, aka Chuck Surly, will be back. So okay. 5 more episodes until we get our answer.
Maybe. There might be another season and we won't find out.
Who knows?
Maybe he's just making a little cameo like he did with the girls who were singing with the
musical episode, yeah.
He was just like, oh, this is a good story. I should write some more.
So, there's 21 episodes this season, 22 or 23. Because CW shows can go any of those.
I'm assuming they're gonna keep it an even number, but we've experienced odds before, so it's whatever.
All right. Well, I got nothing more. You guys?
Not really.
It was a good episode, and you know what? I have to agree. From this point, we should have done it weeks ago, but I guess we can retire the whole filler episode concept.
What are we gonna call it? Think of a word that we're gonna call it.
Side plot.
Okay, side plot.
Until we get another true filler episode, we can retire that term. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So,
hey,
that's our show.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching.
It's not all right. It's half left.
All right, it's half left. Nikki, where can they find you?
No, it's promptly in the center, guys. There's no left or right here. It's the center. You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
In about 5 weeks, you can find me down here at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM, where I will be 5 weeks, 5 episodes. Where I'll be anticipating my party.
Party. Basking in the glory. Or so he hopes. Kim. How about you, Kim?
You can find me also on Twitters at HUFFITY, and it's Chuck. Chuck is God.
I'm done.
You can find me on Twitter at Philidrin. You can find us all on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace. Oh my god, he's not here to interrupt me. And YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us.
I think he's really gone, guys. Oh, no. Damn it.
Fuck you, dumb. You can follow us at ASOTV Podcast on all of those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Thank you for watching. Such a fucking creepazoid. And good night. Good morning. Good time of day. Chuck is God.
Creepazoid was a really interesting cartoon.
Fuck all of you.
He didn't do anything.